Hello. So as we continue on, we're going to use the same principles of making sure we're looking at the shape without superimposing where we think an eye should go, how big a beak is, what the width versus the height is. We commit to a form, and then we use that method that I showed before to check height and width. So this got equally important or totally important in laying out the face. So in other words, you get your shapes and you double check and correct everything. I had the eye too high. All kinds of things surprised me as I started adding these details. And there's going to be a lot of, fun details to get right that, again, by not stylizing, but actually looking at what's there in the bird, in the original, you're going to get much more wonderful naturalistic form. This is going to be fun because it's really has a kind of a sheath-like quality. See that? It's kind of like wonderful layers. Oops. And like I was mentioning, when you're dealing with the lacy edges of feathers, it's important to look what's actually there rather than stylize. When I draw, I could just go, put them where I think they go. But it's very important to put them where they actually are, because then you get all the naturalistic beauty as inherent to the creature. And these were just quick corrections going in. But all these layouts and checking depth of the beak, where level and width of the eye, and noticing things again like just how that beak is. Look at all the interesting form of the beak. This wonderful shadow here going over. The shadows are delineating form. Just the interesting and wonderful rustic shapes. And that little line there, reflection on feathers. And of course, the eye will be really fun and wonderful to do, because eyes, as often is the case, you're only seeing reflections. Now, sometimes also, particularly with human eyes, you'll see the iris and pupil, sclera or white of the eye. Anyway, when we go to these feathers here, I think we'll have a big reflection. Then it'll be important to look at them as they organically are, rather than just putting them in a stylized sort of way. That's what really is powerful in naturalistic realism. Okay, I just wanted this to be very quick. And then I'm getting the studio set up. I did a lot of work in the studio, getting this guy back out, and tremendous amount of rearrangements and decisions to help get it better as I'm preparing to get back into the oil painting. And in a way, as you set something up, that is in fact part of your painting, the setup.